It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and other comics from all over. We came to Japan to ask the Japanese police, as long as you are focusing on stopping only bicycle thieves, could you prioritize politicians that take bribes and also incidentally steal bicycles? You know, real crime? The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey, Mike Miller on Talk Funny. You probably know this, but the Yakuza guys, they're outsiders, of course. They were the Koreans that weren't accepted.
Some of them were, yeah. Some of them Koreans in there, yeah.
And they call the citizens here islanders, which means they're Korean, because Korea is a peninsula.
Yes.
Japan is an island. But so if you're calling people islanders, you're not from the island.
And it's funny because always, who are the gangsters? They're usually people who are not doing so. They've just arrived. They're not doing so great in society. Sicilians in New York in the 30s, Koreans in Japan in the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Americans and Canadians
people
in
who
the
are discriminated
90s
against, sometimes reward. Yes, people who are discriminated against, sometimes they form mobs. Isn't that funny?
People like me
that protect themselves. Oh my God, because that's the original. That's the original meaning, and this is something people don't know. The original meaning of the Cosa Nostra is us for ourselves, it's because the people in the south of Italy were ruled with the Bourbons, right? And they had an iron fist. Yep. They were brutal. They killed people all the time, and so the mafia was seen as the defender of the people. They're defending us against these unjust rulers, right? A lot of people don't know that about history. The mafia didn't come out of nowhere. It was a self-protection thing first.
It was a community tribunal because the state would not do justice.
They didn't care about the people there.
And mafia. One of the theories that mafia came from mafia, which means my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Which was a lot of the cases where my daughter was raped.
Oh, and I want to get revenge.
By a governor. My daughter was raped by a governor in Sicily.
You couldn't do anything, so you go to the mob.
And the governor, if I try to go to the police work for the governor.
Yes.
Mafia. My daughter, I will kill to protect her honor, right? And so, okay, I know there's a guy up in the mountains.
Doesn't care. He's going to take care of it. He'll take care of it.
He knows where the governor lives. He knows where the governor's mom lives. His mom's in a hospital. We got people they can get to his mom. So we're just going to send a little message.
A little message.
To be a real shame something happened to your mom.
Yeah.
When she's like 60 now. But it'd be a real shame something happened to her. You know, you really should be more careful with the girls that you have fun with. Because I have a friend and he's not pleased. Really be a big shame if something happened to your mom.
Yeah.
You know, my friend, we think this could go away. You pay us like, I don't know, $500,000. Lire. It's not lira. It's actually lire.
Lire? It's lire.
It's plural.
Lire? Oh, you're right, because plural, lire.
And so we can make this go away. Mm-hmm. Or they do this in The Sopranos, which actually happened. They're based on a real family in Jersey, The Sopranos, a real mob family. And they'll say, you know, it's like, I know you two had a beef, but you won the fight and you took out his eye. But the guy's a butcher. Now he can't work. Mm-hmm. So we can make this go away, maybe $1 million, and you apologize, or we're going to have a problem.
And this is what people don't understand is that
and that's justice.
And that's what people don't understand is that
it's country justice.
Yes, where the mob thrives is where there's injustice. That's where the mob thrives because if the justice system is basically not doing its proper job, that's when people go to the Don. They say, "Hey, Don, could you help me? My blood's on whatever." Like, then that's a sign of like the institutions are not working, right?
They said it in Goodfellas where they said Paul Sorvino, the character that he played. Big Paulie, they show him...
God rest his soul.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man.
He was a sweetheart. He didn't even want to play a mobster. He hated everything about it, and he didn't like the misogyny.
He was in Law and Order, too, right? Paul Sorvino,
I think so. You see him in the scene, and Henry Hill explains, Ray Liotta, rest in peace. Henry Hill, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And he explains that, you know, he got guys whispering in his ear about the union problems, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, Paulie was the cop for people who couldn't go to the cops.
Exactly.
And that's what the mob was.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't wake up in the morning and go, I want to kill and steal and rape. But that guy over there, he's not treating us right. And you probably know this, but Lucky Luciano made his heyday in Sicily by fighting against Mussolini.
Yes. And Mussolini, this is things people don't know about Italy. Mussolini was the number one person who wanted to crush the mob in Italy because he wanted complete control over the society.
I have to be careful.
This is a comedy podcast right now.
Isn't that funny? This is hilarious.
Are we having a good time or what?
That's a real knee slapper. Thanks for that, Mike.
Thanks for bringing up the mob.
So my mom, rest in peace, my mom, she escaped Mussolini on an olive oil boat.
Wow.
And it
To
was...
New York?
to New York. During Mussolini, when they figured out the Italian Jews...
Well, he was at war with Sicily, right? Because Sicily was the heart of the mob,
They were
right?
protecting Jews in Sicily.
Yes, I do not. I'm not surprised by that because the mob we hate the mob, and you know what? There's a lot of reasons to not like the mob, but here's the thing about the mob: when there's an opportunity, business opportunity, they will go for it when other people will not. Who ran the gay bars in New York before Stonewall? It was the mob.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we can make money here. It's not that they like gay people, but they were like, they're just people. We want to run them up.
Because gays aren't that good at security.
Mom better at security.
You better not. You didn't.
But here's the thing.
You didn't.
But that's the thing. They're looking for any opportunity, and I can understand why they were like, oh, Jewish people are, not doing so well here. Well, we'll give them a hand. They'll get their money, and, hey.
We got some speakeasies. We got some apartments. We can hide there.
Exactly.
Right? So my mom, I guess she was 2 or 3 years old, and they smuggled her out. When they figured out, the Sicilian Jews figured out all these people. If you ever saw La Vita è Bella, It's a Wonderful Life, La Vita è Bella, it's very close to my mom's story. And when they figured out the Sicilians, the Nazis came in, Mussolini's Nazis came in, and they had German soldiers as well. He just let them in.
Of course.
And they come in and go, your mom's just going on a vacation. Your mom...
She's going to take a train to a nice little place, a resort town somewhere in Poland.
We had a problem, tried to take care of it, and there's nothing we could do about it. She's gone. You know what I
there
mean.
was a question, and we just have the solution. That's all.
Question.
We had a question. Just like outside of the Doug Stanhope's show.
Yeah.
Tell me about the question. We got a question.
So I think they had like 60 people got on a train. And they didn't come back.
Jeez.
And then people were trying to contact them, and they went to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. And then another 60 people, and another 60 people, and another 60 people. So people in Sicily, including the mob.
Sounds like fascism kills people. What? No.
It's almost like it's not a good idea.
It's a pretty bad idea. I'm gonna take a stand here, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say fascism not a good system of government.
I'm gonna one up you and say not good, not good. All right, so this is what happened. So the mob, we got to close this out. The mob helped Jews escape to New York.
I'm not surprised, but of course for money, right?
Yeah.
Of course, they don't work for free.
Life savings.
They're not. That's the thing about the mob. You have to understand. They're not about justice. They're just about money. Oh, you want to go to New York? Okay, we'll get you on the. We'll get you what you pay us. We'll get you on there. It's like the coyotes in Mexico. They do the same thing.
I gotta
right?
get my niece. She's 3 years old. That was my mom. Somebody's niece, 3 years old. It's going to be $100,000. But what are the odds that she gets there? 100%. 100%. Because the olive oil, we get the money from that. But you're subsidizing the olive oil. And by the way, Godfather, their business was olive oil. It's based on fact. Right? So she escaped because they figured out that the Jews that left,
God bless, man,
ended up in Bergen-Belsen.
Yeah, right? Because Mussolini, I don't think Mussolini was a raging anti-Semite, but he was willing to do whatever Hitler wanted, right? And Hitler basically called the shots. So Hitler's like, we want your Jews. And they sent him the Jews.
Was super popular in Germany.
Oh, he was.
Mussolini said, I want to be
like that guy.
I want to be like him. Someday I want to be a real boy.
Yes, and call out. I got to call out to the great dictator. Watched it on Netflix a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Great dictator, Charlie Chaplin, who was also Jewish, right?
Yes.
Great movie, and I will say, watch that movie. It's a little overdrawn at some points, but you know what? To say what he was saying at that point is amazing. Everyone was against him. They're like, no, you shouldn't talk like that way about Germany. They're building a strong nation. No, you shouldn't talk that way about Germany. You know what I mean? Like,
and the U.S. was very isolationist too.
Oh,
don't make waves.
Charles Lindbergh was a Nazi, man.
Yeah,
he was a Nazi straight up. Henry Ford. Yeah. Henry Ford Corporation, Nazi.
So Charlie Chaplin was the Lenny Bruce, George Carlin of his day.
He was.
Yeah. I'm going to close with, we talked about Goodfellas and explaining the role of the mob. And Godfather, almost first scene of Godfather, the guy comes in and asks for a favor in Marlon Brando's daughter's wedding. And he said, you got to help me, you got to help me, you got to help me. And he goes, on the day of my daughter's wedding, you come and you don't even say hello. You don't say, blessed be your daughter. You don't bring a gift. And then you're asking me for a favor.
Yeah.
What am I to you? I'm here to help you. It's a little less Yiddish sounding. And that.
What am I to you?
What can I do? What can I do?
What? I'm
You
verklempt.
can be a man.
I'm
Try being a man.
I'm verklempt here. I'm verklempt.
What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to be a man. So he chastised the guy who's asking for a favor.
Yeah.
Because he said, look.
He didn't show the proper respect.
Yeah.
He didn't kiss a
He
ring.
said, you never said hello to me. You never said hello to my daughter. We went to your shop.
And now you ask me for a favor?
You ask me a favor on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
You sleep with the fishes. So he said, basically, look, I'm not in the revenge business. I'm in the friendship business.
Yes.
You help me.
I help you.
I help you, but you haven't helped me yet. And that's what he said. Basically, he said, okay, I will take care of the problem because his daughter was raped by his boss.
Oh, dear.
This
Yeah,
guy
that's
who
a
came
bad
to
problem.
Godfather,
That's a
right?
bad problem.
So he said, okay, we're going to take care of it, but I'm going to come to you in the near future
And
I'm
ask
gonna
you for a favor.
and I'm going to make you an offer.
You can't refuse. Yeah.
And I'm going to ask for a favor. And the guy's like, what favor? And he goes, too late to ask that question.
Oh.
And he goes, well, what if I don't want to do that? And he goes, remember when I walked over there and I made a phone call? It's done.
Wow.
And I'm going to come ask you for a favor.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Gotta
favor,
watch-
favor.
Gotta watch Goodfellas and Godfather. Okay, Mark Bailey, Mike Miller. How funny.